Hi, class. It is so wonderful to see you again. Hi, everyone. I see Countess has already joined us. She says, hi, Miss. Good afternoon. It's good to see you, Countess. Welcome to class. And welcome everyone who is watching. Please do me a favor and go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Please click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can be notified of future videos. Today, I will be teaching you how you can teach yourself how to read. Yes, you can teach yourself how to read. And today you're supposed to be reading your stories. I had some technical difficulty with getting started, so I do apologize about that. Today you're supposed to be reading your stories from your homework. I hope you did your homework. I'm going to post my email address. If possible, please send me a copy of it so I can better follow along with your story. I'm posting my Gmail here. Okay, my Gmail email is now on the screen. If you could please send me a copy of your story, that would be really great so that I can better follow along as far as if you have any difficulty pronouncing any words so that I can be of better help to you. And Brianna Spicy Weekend says, hi, Miss. Hi to you as well, Brianna, and welcome to all of you. So please go ahead and send your stories. Please let me know in the chat if you have your story completed. Just write the word yes, and that is spelled Y-E-S. Just put yes in the chat if you have your story ready. In the meanwhile, I'm going to be checking my email. Let me go ahead and bring that up, my email, so that I can see any stories that anyone sends me. Okay, I have my email up now so that I can better follow along with your stories. Okay, Brianna, you have yours? Great. If you can you please email me a copy of it? One thing that you can do if you don't know how to send it as an email attachment, you could just copy it. You know how you take your mouse and you scroll over it and highlight everything in blue? You can scroll over all of your wording in blue and press Control C as in cat. If you're using a computer laptop, press Control C. And then when you open up the email to send it to me, in the body, the main part of the email, just press Control V as in Victor to paste it. And then you can just send it that way if you don't want to send it as an attachment. Or either you can send it as an email attachment, a copy of your story. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in the chat. Hold on it so that you can start, so that you can come on so that we can hear you reading it. Let's see, let me find the, okay, here it is right here. I'm going to post this link in the chat. That is for you, Brianna. And until you come on the screen with that, I'm going to go ahead and go over some, okay, let me explain that on last week's class on Thursday, I was telling you all about your homework, and it would include writing a one-page story, which hopefully we can hear some of those stories today, a one-page story on different topics. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can see those topics again. For those of you who were not in class last Thursday. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. If my screen is not big enough, look in the lower right-hand corner on YouTube, and then you can make the screen bigger. So these are the sentences. Okay, actually, sorry. Let me go scroll down further. Okay, right here. These are the different topics that you could have your story written on. And this is from the homework of last Thursday. You should either have a story written about, number one, tell us about your favorite hobby. Number 2, you can write about having fun at a party. Number 3, you could write about driving or riding in a car with friends on a road trip. You could write about number 4, attending a football game, or number 5, the progress you've made in this class to become a better reader. So those were some different topics that you could write about. And so just write you can just write the word yes or I'm ready to read in the chat to let me know. And if you could send, my email address is on the screen if you want to send me a copy of your story. So Brianna, if you could go ahead and click the link that I just posted so that we can hear you reading, I would really appreciate that. Or anyone who wants to start reading their story, they can click the link. And until that time, I'm going to go on ahead and start the lesson. So we're just waiting for someone to click the link. Okay. So let's start with a different suffix. I'm going to post that in the chat. Okay. So this is a suffix here, ble. Okay. So let me write that. And again, when you come to class, you should have your reading notebook as well as a stack of index cards. Or if you run out of index cards, you can write on the front and the back, you know, or you can use some paper. Oops, that one is not right though. Okay, ble is the suffix that we're looking at. Now, this can end in 2 different ways. You can either have able or ible. So either, this says bowl, ble, so it will either end in able or a bowl. This can be pronounced able or a bowl, or ible, able, a bowl, or ible, ible. Okay. Okay. Anisha wrote, hi, Miss, good evening. Hi, Anisha. Demi wrote, good evening, Miss. Good evening, everyone. Hi. And Brianna says, I'm using YouTube. Okay, good. I was saying that if you want to send a copy of your paper that you've written, which is due today, you can send it to my email address. And I'm going to post that again if you want to send me a copy so that I can follow along as you're reading. So for those of you who did your homework in writing your 1-page paper, so that we can hear you reading it today. And hi, Pauline, how are you doing? Okay, so I'm going to post a link in the chat for anyone who wants to come on and read their paper that they wrote. Okay, I'm going to post this in the chat. So please click on that so that we can hear you reading your paper. We just want to hear you read it. I know you all wrote some great stories. Okay. All right. So some words that end in the able. Let me post those in chat. This first word is, see if you can figure out what that word is on your own. So let me use this one. This is a really long word, but once again, we take the large words and break them up into small syllables. Okay, so this first word ending in able, able, un has the un sound. C has the cuss sound. O has the O sound. M has the M sound. Uncome. F has the fuss sound. OR is the word or. Uncome for. FOR is the word for. Uncome for. And this is the word table at the end. TABLE. So sometimes you can find a word within a word. We have two words within the word uncomfortable, the word for and the word table at the end. So see, that's going to help you to pronounce the word a lot faster if you find words within a word. Uncomfortable. 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 Okay. And then you can write some sentences in the chat. I am uncomfortable walking by myself at night. I'm going to put that sentence in the chat. And you can add these to your notebook. No, I don't have Zoom, Brianna. This is, I haven't looked into how to connect with the Zoom and the YouTube because I'm already using StreamYard. So I don't know if it's possible to use two different programs, StreamYard and Zoom at the same time for YouTube. I think you can only use one or the other. I am uncomfortable walking by myself at night. Okay. So I just posted this sentence. It says, I am uncomfortable walking by myself at night. Okay. So that's an example of how you could use that sentence. How you could use that word in the sentence. Here is another word that you may hear a lot of. Okay. See if you can figure out how to pronounce that word, class. Okay. Still waiting for someone to click the link to share their story because I'm really anxious to hear what you all wrote. And even if you weren't able to write the entire page, whatever you have, that would be great if you want to share. This next word that ends in ABLE. And notice this word has the word table at the end too, just like uncomfortable. It has the word table at the end too. So UN is the un sound. The words PRE is pre. DIC is the word dick. And table is TABLE. Unpredictable. Okay. There it is. UNPREDICTABLE. Unpredictable. Means like you can't predetermine or figure out something ahead of time. Okay, Demi wrote a really great sentence. I am uncomfortable with her. Excellent. Okay, just don't capitalize the H in her. It should be lowercase h and then put a period at the end. Good job, Demi. Okay. Let's see. And I wrote unpredictable. Okay. Let's see. Some people may think the rain. Some people may say the rain or the weather is unpredictable. Sometimes the weather forecasters, they call them forecasters, as if they're forecasting the rain, but sometimes they say it's going to rain, and guess what? It doesn't rain. It's super hot outside. So they're not always right about that. And here's one that I hear a lot of people using. And I know you probably use this word too, class. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what that word is, knowledgeable. That word is knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. That word is super long. I know it's hard to see when it's a lot of letters on here, so I'm putting it on the screen. The word knowledgeable. A lot of those letters at the beginning are silent. I'm going to go ahead and write it out on here so I can show you. Okay. These first few letters, K-N-O-W, that's the word know. Now, this spelling of the word know, K-N-O-W, means to have knowledge about something or to know something in your mind. But if I say, no, you cannot go outside, that no is spelled N-O, okay? Meaning the opposite of yes. But if I say, I know a lot of information about painting or something like that, then that know is spelled K-N-O-W, meaning that you have knowledge or you know something. You're aware of something. Okay. And Demi wrote a really good sentence too. She is very knowledgeable. Okay. Good job. And some of these letters, like I said, are the K is obviously silent. So even though it starts with a K, you pronounce the N at the beginning of the word, knowledgeable. The K is silent. Okay, and this OW is silent too. So it's like you hear the N and then you go over here to the L as far as when you're pronouncing the word. The K, the O, and the W are silent, okay? Knowledgeable. I know it's hard to see all those letters. Okay, good. All right, and looks like Brianna. The chair is uncomfortable. Good job, Brianna. Very good job. Good sentence. Oh, hi, Tamika. How are you doing? Hi. All right. And I don't know if you were here last week, Tamika, but I was asking everyone to write a story and if they could send it to my email address so that I can follow along with them. And I was asking students if they want to come on and share their story. I'm going to put another link in the chat for anyone who wants to share their story. Okay, that would be great. It doesn't matter how long or short it is. I said one page, but if you don't have a whole page, that's fine. Or if you wrote a poem and you want to share a poem, that's fine. I was just giving you some ideas of things you could write on. Okay, if you have a poem that you wrote, or it doesn't have to be one that you wrote. I guess if you didn't have time to write, if you just have something that you want to read to the class and you want to share, then that would be fine, because I just want to hear you all read. That's the important thing. Okay, and Bruce wrote, he's so knowledge. Okay, the spelling of knowledgeable, is that supposed to say he's so knowledgeable drunk? I'm not too certain what you're trying to say there, but I need for you to look at the spelling of the word knowledgeable again. See if you can rewrite that sentence so that we can better understand what you're trying to say there. Okay, all right, and let's look at some other words. Another ABLE word is right here. See if you can figure out what that word is, class. This is a super long one. I don't know if I have room to write that on here. I have to write really small. Okay, here it is right here. The first two letters are IN. What is that word, class? In. In. And remember, dis, D-I-S, that's one of our prefixes that we've learned. In, dis. And pen spells a pen just like you write with a pen. Pen. Well, you can say pins with an S on the end. Pins. And then a bowl. A-B-L-E. Okay, I see someone's trying to come into class. Indispensable. Indispensable means you can't get rid of it. Indispensable. If something is dispensable, then you can get rid of it. But if it's indispensable, you can't get rid of it. Okay, who is that? Joe Love Reading. If you can connect your microphone so we can hear you. Okay, hold on a second. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi, is your name Joe Love Reading? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Good, great. Did you send me a copy of your story or what you're going to read today to my email?
No, I was wondering if you give me a word that I can spell.
Oh, give you a word to spell?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about the word extremely?
Extremely. Wow.
Why don't you get a piece of paper and write it out on paper as you sound it out?
Can you give me an easy word?
Easier word. What about the word joke?
Joke? Oh, that's way too easy. That's way too easy now. So
Let me try to find a middle. Well, the good thing is to challenge yourself.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Joe. So I can call you Joe. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me ask you, if I say the word extreme, what do you think are the first two letters? What
So
letter has that sound?
EX.
Yes, exactly. And then the next two letters are tra. Remember
CH.
tra. Tra. Like the word tree, right? Tra.
Oh, TH.
No, tra. Just like the word tree. What are the two first letters of the word tree?
TR.
TR. So let's write that down first. We
Okay.
have
X.
we have EX. I'm writing this in the chat. EXTR. Extreme. E.
Ring.
What letter has the E sound?
E.
E. Okay. Let's see.
U.
Extreme. You hear the word U?
Yeah. Extreme.
Um,
Extreme.
Actually, the last letter is silent. Extreme. What letter do you hear? Extreme. What letter has the sound?
M.
M. And the last letter is silent. So I'll give you a hint. It's the letter E. Okay, so here it is right here, Joe. I posted it right there. Extreme.
Wow, so easy, but I can't pronounce it right.
You can't do what?
I can't pronounce. I can read it, but I can't spell it out.
You can spell it out once you sound it out. Remember, you have to break the word up into syllables.
Okay, because TR and the E at the end of the word is E, and an M, extreme, isn't it? Like X and then TR is like it's just R, and then X means E at the end of the word means extreme.
Let me break it up into syllables for you.
Extreme.
That's why it's good to have a pencil and paper to write it down. Or if you're looking at a word, like let's say you come across this word in a book that you're reading, what I would do is I would take a pencil, if you have the book in front of you, take a little pencil and break the word up into syllables, underline every 2 or 3 letters. Okay, so the EX are the first 2 letters. I would put a underline under that and figure out what sound do the letters EX make. So
Extreme.
I know the E has the S sound and the X has the
And then
X
TR
sound.
has the and then the E has the E sound because it's at the end of the word. E.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Yes. So EX has that X sound. E, the letter E has the E sound and the X has a X sound. So together that's the X sound. The TR has the tr sound. Okay, we already learned that as one of our prefixes. Plus the word tree starts with TR. That's the tr sound. And then we have the E after that has the E sound. M has the sound. And then the E at the end is silent, extreme. Okay. So you have to break it up into syllables. So you did an excellent job. Excellent job. Good job, Joe. Okay, Brianna wrote, I am indispensable to my family. Good job. And that is wonderful to hear. Good job, Brianna. You used that word correctly. Good job. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for coming on the screen. Does anybody else want to come on the screen and ask me to help them pronounce a word? I will put a link in the chat. Okay, so you don't have to read your story or a poem if you don't want to. If you need help pronouncing a word, or if you have something you want me to read to the class, you can ask me to read it. You can email me something, ask me to have to read that. Okay, now let's go over another word that ends in ible. Okay, this is another word that you all may use a lot, or unfortunately, you might hear something like if your parents aren't together, then you might have heard them say this about one of the parents, getting onto them in an argument, or your parents might have said this about you, when they ask you to do something and you didn't do what they told you to do. This next word, see if you can figure that out. Okay. Let me get a pencil. Let me get something skinnier because that was too fat. Okay. IRR has that. Well, let's take the first two letters. IR has the ear sound, not like the ear on the side of your head, but I and then the R, ear. The I has the I sound and the R has the R sound. So ear. That's how you run the sound together. And here's another R, has the R sound. RES has the res sound. Ear, re, ear, re. SP has the sp sound. So we have ear, re, sp. ON is the word on. Ear, respond. SI has the si sounds. I. And BLE has the bowl sound. Ear, respond. Irresponsible. 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 Okay, so I know that word has been used a lot. I use that word sometimes too. Okay, so we have Demi wrote, she thinks she in the dispensable. Okay, that's a good try. What about she thinks she is? Okay, I guess you meant to write indispensable instead of in the dispensable. She thinks she is indispensable. So let me rewrite that for you, Demi. She thinks she is indispensable. Okay. Oh, sorry. I wrote that incorrectly. Sorry. Okay, here's the correct spelling right here. So what about this to me? She thinks she is indispensable. It's not in the dispensable, it's just indispensable. Okay, so the word the is not a part of it, just indispensable. Okay, all right. And I see Brianna wrote, my teachers is so knowledgeable. So if you're talking about, okay, that's good, Brianna, but let me make a small change there. If you're saying teachers with an S on the end, that means it's plural, meaning more than one teacher. So then the verb would also need to reflect the plural form as well. So I know this isn't a grammar class, but I'm just explaining why the change. So instead of saying my teachers is so knowledgeable, you would write my teachers are so knowledgeable. So see if you can make that correction, Brianna. Write my teachers are so knowledgeable. Okay. And Demi wrote, he is very irresponsible. Excellent job, Demi. Good sentence. Brianna wrote, sometime I'm so irresponsible. So you would write sometimes. Let me make that correction. Sometimes. You can say I'm or I am, that's fine. So, okay. Sometimes with an S on the end, I'm so irresponsible. Yes. Aren't we all? Okay. All right. And all right. All right. You're welcome to me. Let me see. Let me rewrite that for you. That other sentence, Brianna. My teachers are so knowledgeable. Okay. Uh-oh, I left the N off. So many letters. Okay, I got some more comments. Let me click on the sentence I just wrote. My teachers are so knowledgeable. So if you'll make that correction, Brianna. Okay. Here's another one. That word is, let me write it down first. Okay, and this is actually the name of a song too. UN has the un sound. The word for is FOR, for, like I am here for you. For. The word get is GET, like please get me something to drink. Unforget, and then the word table at the end, which would be pronounced table, or, and this ends in ABLE. So it's unforgettable, 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 unforgettable. And sometimes people get the IBLE and the ABLE mixed up when they spell some of these words. But again, you can always use spell check, and you can check on Google to make certain that you have it right. If you're typing something in on the internet and it has a red underline, that means you misspelled it. And then you just right click it on your mouse, and then it'll show you the correct spelling that you can click on. Okay. So if you could write me a sentence using unforgettable. Okay. Let me write, okay. I will put my students Okay, I just put one in the chat using unforgettable. My students are unforgettable. All of you are unforgettable. Okay, yes. Okay, you're welcome, Brianna. Yes, like I said, Luke Bernard recognized Nat King Cole. He sings that song with his daughter, Natalie Cole, Unforgettable. You know, that song is one of those really sweet songs that you love to hear. You know, they actually in the video, she had an old school video of her father singing a different song, or just him in the background, and it just kind of looked like they were both doing a duet. So that was the cool thing about that video. Okay, and Pauline wrote, I am responsible for my sister. Good job. And that is good that you are responsible for your sister. Good job. And an excellent way that you wrote the sentence. Here's another one that I see a lot. See if you can figure out. I've already used up both sides. See if you can figure out how to pronounce that word. You should be writing these on your index cards and in your reading notebook. Okay. And okay. And this next word, let me, oops, I'm on the wrong screen. These computers are something else, okay? This next word, I-N, is the word in, like come inside. C-O-N is con or con, in con. C-E has the C sound. C has the S sound in this word, and E has the E sound. The E and I have the E sound. V has the V sound, and able is the able. Inconceivable. 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 That means that it's hard to imagine something. Like if I say a genie is inconceivable, like that's something, would be hard to imagine because that's something you just see in cartoons. Okay. So, or I could say that story you told me is inconceivable. Oops. So let me post my sentence using inconceivable. That story you told me is inconceivable, meaning it's hard to believe. It's hard for me to imagine that that actually happened. Okay. And Brianna wrote, I am an unforgettable person. I'm certain that you are, all of you are unforgettable because you all have that special quality about yourselves. Okay, the only thing, Brianna, I would write, and this is something in grammar, I would write instead, I am an unforgettable person. And let me rewrite that. Okay, and let me tell you why. Oops. I would instead say, I am an unforgettable person instead of I am a forgettable person, because the U in unforgettable is a vowel. So anytime you have the word a in front of a word that has a vowel, that begins with a vowel, And the word unforgettable begins with the letter U, and the letter U is a vowel. The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Remember? You were taught that in school. All the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So if you have a word that begins with a vowel that comes after the word A, because you wrote at first, I am a unforgettable person, but the U in unforgettable is a vowel. So instead of writing the word a, you would write the word an. That's just a grammar rule. Okay, so then it would be I am an unforgettable person instead of I am a unforgettable person. Okay. Now, if I wanted to say the opposite of that, Brianna, what I could say, and I hope this doesn't sound confusing, I could say, if I wanted to use the word a and using the opposite of unforgettable, I could say, I am a forgettable person, which means that you could, and that sentence could be understood two different ways. It could, if I'm going to tell somebody I am a forgettable person, that means that in my mind, I easily forget things. Or that could also mean that there's not qualities about me that you could easily remember. You know, like if I'm saying I'm just a typical person, I could say I am a forgettable person, meaning that you probably wouldn't think about me anymore after you meet me. You know, so that sentence could mean two different things. And that way I could use the word a instead of an, because the F in the word forgettable is not a vowel. Okay. So hopefully that's not too confusing and easily understood. Okay, so the next suffix that I want us to write down is OUS. OUS. And this is pronounced just like the word us, US. These are pronounced the same. Us, like the two of us, US, and OUS for the suffix is pronounced us as well. Now let me write some words with the last few minutes we have left that end in OUS. And you can put some in the chat if you can think of any to share with us. How about this word here? See if you can figure out how to pronounce that. The J has the just sound. O, well, this word J-O-Y is the word joy. Joy. The Y does have the yes sound in this word. It's just very soft, very faint. Joy. And then we have us, O-U-S. Joyous, joyous, J-O-Y-O-U-S, joyous. So you're like really filled with joy. And then you can write some sentences in the chat with the word joyous if you like. Here's another word that you have probably used before. See if you can figure out what that word is. Let me write this on the back. TR has the trust sound. Remember, that's one of our prefixes. E has it, the E in this word has the S sound, tre. M has the sound. This is actually the word men, you know, men, tre, men. D has the duh sound, and us, O-U-S, tre, men, dus. See how easy that is to pronounce when you break it up in the syllables? I also see another word in here. Okay, I see the word men, and then I also see the word end, E-N-D. So you could say tre, and us. So you could sound it out that way too. Tre, and us. And still you would pronounce it tremendous. 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 Okay? And you can put sentences in the chat if you like. You are a joyous. Yes. Thank you. That is beautiful. But let me just make one correction to that. Let me make correction to that, Countess. So if you're going to write a sentence that says you are a joyous, my question would be a joyous what? A joyous person or something like that. So the only thing is that you would need to answer, you would need to explain to us what is joyous. What are you talking about? Let me rewrite that. You are a joyous person. So what about that? You are a joyous person. Or another way you could write that, Countess, is that you could say you are, you are joyous. You could either say you are a joyous person, or you could say you are joyous. So you could write those sentences, you could write that sentence two ways. You are joyous, or you are a joyous person. Okay. And Brianna wrote, my birthday was so joyous. That is awesome. And congratulations to you, Brianna, for another year. Hallelujah. Okay. Bruce wrote, I hate my so much. Okay. Well, why would you say that, Bruce? You're saying that you hate what? Your life, or what are you saying that you hate? Because you say, I hate my blank so much. You didn't give us, you didn't tell us what it is that you hate. Okay. Can you give us more information? Can you rewrite that sentence? It says, I hate my so much. But let's try to write a positive sentence. Okay. Let me see if I have any more. Oh, here's another one. Here is another word. Okay, and Demi wrote, you are a very joyous person. Okay, very good sentence. The only thing, capitalize the Y and capitalize the Y in the word you, and say you are a very joyous person. Bruce, don't say that you hate life. Things are going to get better. Things are going to get better. You have to stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. Okay, so I'm just rewriting that for you, Demi. You are a very joyous person. This next word is one of those fancy words, and it's pronounced gregarious. Gregarious means that you're very fond of people, you're very social. gregarious, Gregarious. Okay. Gotta take these. Okay. And this next word is rambunctious. Rambunctious. That means that you're uncontrollably rowdy. So that a rambunctious person is very wild, and you can't tame that type of person. Rambunctious, Rambunctious. Let me write a sentence. Yeah, Bruce, life is filled with trials and tribulations. So all you can do is just pray about whatever the situation is. I'm writing a sentence using the word rambunctious. Okay. It's almost time for class to be over. His behavior is very rambunctious. That's somebody that's just wild. You can't tame them. Like, think about somebody like in the Wild Wild West. They're just out there shooting and drinking and just shooting at whatever is walking by. Just somebody wild. Anisha wrote, I am a joyous person. That is wonderful to hear, Anisha. And that's a beautiful sentence. Thank you. And you wrote the sentence correctly. Good job. This is a word I thought of right here. And a lot of authors use this word. Tempestuous. I'm going to write this one down. I actually like saying this word. Let me write on a new card. Because I want to sound this one out. Okay. So if you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Click the bell notification so you can be informed when I post a video. T, okay, T has the t sound. This word temp, anytime you see this word temp, that reminds me of temperature, like you're taking the temperature. So when you see the letters T-E-M-P, it's automatically pronounced temp. Temp. And here's the word pest. Like a tick or a flea might be biting your dog. That could be seen as a pest. And then the letter U, you, and us, O-U-S. Temp, tempest, chew, us. Tempestuous. 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 There you go. And again, if I'm showing the cards too fast, I have the word on the screen now. And also you can always pause the video. Tempestuous means strong conflicting emotions. Strong conflicting emotions. Let me see if I can write a sentence. Let's see. Her feelings are tempestuous concerning her marriage. Okay. Her feelings are tempestuous concerning her marriage. So she might have strong conflicting emotions. Like for example, if a lady's husband has been treating her badly, sometimes she may like him, sometimes she doesn't like him. So her feelings are tempestuous concerning her marriage because she has strong conflicting emotions towards her husband because he has not been so kind to her. Okay. So hopefully that sentence makes sense. All right. Good Countess, prayer is a powerful thing. Yes, it is. Yes. And that's what we have to do because life is filled with many trials and tribulations, but it's all meant to test us. You know, we don't throw in the towel. And, but I know what you mean when you say that you hate life, like you may hate, like, for example, the way that the police are acting towards a lot of our people, you know, things like that would make you, you know, hate the way that the world is. But, you know, we have to patiently endure. You know, we have to strive to be better people ourselves and to be an example to others of how we should be. You know, we have to stay in the word. We have to stay in prayer. We have to stay positive. You know, um, Brianna wrote, my friend is so rambunctious. Hopefully not too rambunctious where it would rub off negatively on you, Brianna. But it's good that you realize that. Okay. All right. And also, let me see. We will have class again on this Thursday, which will be September the 2nd, will be the next class period. And let's see. I want to post, if you would like to support my channel, you can give a donation here. Everyone, please already click like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it to help the channel out. If you would like to give a donation, please click that link. That is my PayPal me link if you would like to give a financial donation. But if you would like to receive some form of paraphernalia instead, like a t-shirt or a mug, then if you would go to this channel here, because I have an art channel as well, and I have some reading paraphernalia on there. Okay, and I'm going to show you that link now. Oops, if I can click on that. Okay, let me share my screen. And I'm going to show you that channel. I'm going to show you that link. Okay, so right here is aflowartflow.com, and you can click shop. And then right here, it shows, like right here, I have a backpack, a mug, and you can scroll down. I have other things, some artwork. And then here's like a t-shirt for the men. It says, news, reading is cool. And I have the different sizes posted this time. At first, I didn't have the sizes posted. And then you can put how many and click add to cart and so forth. Okay. If you're on the home screen, you can just click shop now right here and still end up on the same screen. And you can click the links up here. If you just want a t-shirt, you can click t-shirts and all the t-shirts will show up. Okay. This is a unisex for men and women, the V-neck. And then we have the round neck one right there. So I'm just showing you, you know, the different sizes. Okay. Actually, it's just one color and there's different sizes there. So I'm just showing that to you all. Just wanted to share that information. Okay. So I had so much fun with you all today. I was hoping that I could read some stories. I was hoping that I could read some of your stories, or if you all wanted to share a poem. So what I want to say for the next class period, if you have something that you want me to read to you, or if you want me to pronounce a word for you, have those words available, or have that document or that poem or whatever the case is available for next class period. And it would be really great and helpful to you all if you would come on here and try to pronounce some of the words as well. Okay. Medelia, I think that's how you pronounce that. It says, thank you so much for everything. And you're welcome, Medelia. Thank you for coming to class. You all are so sweet and so kind. And I just love coming here to this class. And I hope that many of you are experiencing progress. If you are just joining this class for the first time, it's fine for you to come to class, but also go back and watch the videos in order in this series of teaching yourself how to read. This will be in the live video section. Let me show you on my channel. If I can get my channel to, if I can get the page to update fast enough, let me show you on my screen how to access these videos on my channel. Okay, so this is my channel name. You can type this in the search on YouTube, Adult Literacy in English Language. I know that's a long title, but there it is. Okay, so once you get here, then you can click on playlists. Right here it says playlists, and then you can find all the videos for the Teach Yourself How to Read series by scrolling to right here where it says live stream video chats. Okay, because today is lesson 14, so that's why there's only 13 videos showing. So right here you would click, it says live stream video chats right here. Then you would click play all, and see, I just paused the video, but it's going to show, all the videos will show right here. Let's give it a minute to show up. Oh, well, here it is right here. Here are the videos right here. So you see all the videos in order. This will be the first one. This is class. Okay, I had to redo lesson 1. Well, actually, this is lesson 1 right here. And then lesson 2, lesson 3. Right here, I'm just telling you about, I was doing a live, but I hadn't decided to do the series yet. And so anyway, here are all the videos here. Okay, so I'm just showing you where you can click so you can find all the videos in succession in order. Okay, so and Brianna wrote, have a good night, and you have a good night too. I thank you all for watching. Click like and subscribe to the video. Click the bell notification so you can be informed of the next video that I post. I also posted a story that I just posted today to my channel. Go back to my channel and listen to that story. You should be reading a new book every week. Even if you finish that book within the week, go back and reread it again. Add any new words that you learned from the story in your reading notebook so that you can increase your vocabulary and learn how to use those words in a sentence. Okay, if you have any problems with pronouncing words, you can bring them to class. Our next class is this Thursday, September 2nd, excuse me, this Thursday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye. Thumbs up the video, please. Bye.